In this lesson, we're going to talk about the difference between two distances on the piano. First being a whole step and second being a half step. So a half step is playing any note. We'll just pick G to start with, and I can either go up or down. So I can go up one note or down one note, and I'm not going to skip a note. So G, that's a half step. That distance, that interval is called a half step. I can also go down. Okay, so there's a half step up and a half step down. Let's pick another note. Start on D. Half note, half step up and a half step down. So you can see I chose two white notes to start on, and a half step above or below each one of those white notes ends up being a black key. Okay, well, let's start on a black key. Start on the middle black key of the three triplets here. If I go a half step up, get A. If I go a half step down, get G. Okay, let's pick this black key here. Half step up, half step down. So most of the time, if you start on a white note and you go up or down a half step, you end up hitting a black key. There's two spots where that's not true. One is the note E. So if I go a half step up, a half step above E is F, which is also another white key, and a half step down. Okay, and the other spot where that happens is the note B. So if I go a half step above B, that's white key to white key, and then a half step down. So those are half steps. Basically not skipping any keys. All right, whole steps. A whole step is simply two half steps. So we'll start on G again. And if I go a half step and another half step, that gives me G to A. That's a whole step. Okay, so a whole step is just two half steps. Going down, half step, another half step, there's a whole step. All right, so whole step, whole step, whole step, whole step. Okay, let's go down. Whole step. So you can see all the notes that I just played, there's always a key in between. You can also have whole steps starting on a black key and going to another black key. As long as there's a note in between, a half step. Remember, a whole step is two half steps. Okay?